Hi, my name is Daniel Ola. Welcome to this presentation titled The Ultimate Guide to Moving to Canada with a Low IELTS Score. No proof of funds required. The home care provider or support worker route. I call it a do-it-yourself step-by-step manual on how to relocate to Canada if you have a low IELTS score or low funds, but you have the willpower, the tenacity, and the sincere desire to move you and your family to Canada. I have a few questions for you. Have you tried IELTS exams severally and always scored low? Have you tried the express entry or the PNP but still don't have the end in sight? Do you have trouble raising the proof of funds? Have you tried getting a job in Canada to boost your CRS score but no success? Is your education qualification inadequate to get you the required CRS score? If you or someone you know answers yes to any of these questions, then let me be the first to say congratulations, there is good news. Tone down all distractions and please stay with me to the end. Let me share my story with you. My family and I immigrated to Canada 1st of July 2018 via the Express Entry program. I was born in Nigeria and I lived there for 32 years. I determined that I was going to move to a better place after my first visit to the US, a trip I qualified for as an incentive for working hard at my job. My visit to the US in 2016 made me affirm firsthand that what seems scarce to us and the lack thereof, which made life unbearable, like power, security, good roads and healthcare, was commonplace in the developed world. My research got me looking into various Canada immigration programs. I barely had enough money saved for this immigration process, so paying $2,000 for consultation was not an option. With that in mind, I had to devote time to researching and seeking the best option for immigration to Canada with my family. It was a do-it-yourself project. Fast forward to 2018, my wife and I took the IELTS exams. We passed and got our confirmation of PR and made it to Canada. I must say, I feel blessed. We settled in fast, kids in school, my wife and I got jobs, and believe me, it has been bliss. Don't get me wrong though, it isn't perfect here, but it is better. I, however, have a burning desire to get in as many of my friends and family to Canada. To God's glory, I have helped a few people move to Canada, and that includes my dear sister who just moved in 2 weeks ago. I couldn't be happier. We sing songs of joy and testimony when we reminisce on where we are coming from. No power, loud noise from the generators behind our rooms, attacks from armed robbers, one incident that took my father's life. Sad. Back to my point, I've helped and still helping family and friends to immigrate to Canada. Why can't I help more people like you? The one thing that has held many of my friends from a successful application is low IELTS score. But hooray! There are 2 recently announced pilot programs that can get you into Canada with a CLB score as low as 5. That means scoring 5 in each of the language skills, writing, listening, speaking, except reading, which can be 4. Unlike the other routes that are particular about work experience, this program says you can apply even if you do not have any work experience. That's good news, right? The catch, however, is that you must be willing to work as either a home child care provider or a home support worker. Yeah, you might say, nah, that's not my career path, but just put on the wise art for a few minutes. After getting into Canada and working for 2 years, you qualify to apply for permanent residency and change career path if you so wish. Also note that your salary is in the range of $3,000 per month. Not bad for a start. Well, the advantages of these routes that other similarly better paths do not have are all you need is a CLB-5 in IELTS. A minimum of 1 year post-secondary school certificate is what is required. You do not need proof of funds because, unlike the other routes to Canada, you have a job on your arrival. The home care job provides a flight board for career advancement in the healthcare industry like nursing assistant, medical assistant, registered nurse, health information technician, dietitian, pediatrician, and the list goes on. What does this guide contain and why should you buy it? In this guide, I detail the following. How to get a job in Canada. Here, I will show you how to outline your resume for Canadian employers with a sample resume and a sample cover letter. You will learn to get the most of LinkedIn, present yourself in the right way, and get recruiters coming for you. For example, I type home care worker. I hit enter. Click on jobs. Ensure location states Canada. Here are so many vacancies advertised by several recruiters. Switch on Job Alert so you are notified when a new vacancy is posted. Let me show you why this job is in such a high demand. This vacancy was posted 2 weeks ago and has 0 applicants. No one has applied. Six days ago and only 1 applicant. One month ago and still only 1 applicant. Well, you get the message. Here, I would also reveal to you websites where you'll find several recruiters that really need you and are willing to sponsor you to Canada. Let's see this. Elder care jobs advertised in Canada is 2,893. I will show you cities that are dearly in need of you. Let's select British Columbia for example. Then you select only people who are willing to sponsor you to Canada. Here you have it, 1 people willing to sponsor you. I will then select a city like Okanagan. We see Maria C's job vacancy post willing to pay $3,500 per month and is willing to sponsor. Next, you apply. I will show you many of such platforms. Get your Educational Credential Evaluated. I will show you how to get an Educational Credential Assessment (ECA) from an approved organization. An ECA is used to check that your completed educational credential is valid and equal to a completed Canadian education. For example, you've got WES. I will put you through the entire process. Earning a CLB-5 in your IELTS exam. Here, I will outline how you can score a CLB-5 and above in IELTS. I will give you a training manual I harnessed for passing the IELTS. I will also show you how you will register for the exam from anywhere in the world. Getting your medical report and police certificate. Under this section, I would answer the question, how to get medical report and police certificate from any country. IRCC approves just a few physicians per country. Submitting a work permit application and a permanent residence application. I will detail the systematic process of applying for your work permit, what websites to go to, sample responses to the questions presented, and so on. You can apply along with your spouse and or your children. After you submit a work permit application and a permanent residence application, How do you track the status? How do you submit biometrics? These are what I will elucidate here. Preparing for life in Canada. I will explain to you what you will need to settle in Canada. How much will you need to come with for accommodation, vehicle, and so on, and lots more. Applying for your permanent residence. After getting 24 months of work experience as either a home childcare worker or home support worker in Canada, how do you apply for permanent residence? Make hay while the sun shines. This program is scheduled to last for 5 years. However, when the target number is reached, it will be altered. You can see how detailed and all-inclusive this guide is. With this guide, you do not need to pay any consultant to get it done for you. Why? Usually you will pay about $2,000 and they may not know as much as is covered here, and because they have several clients, you don't get the type of top-notch service you require. You see, this report is worth about $1,000. Charging $1,000 is justified. However, I sincerely will love to see many deserving people make it to Canada with less hassle. How about half of $1,000? $500? No, I'm offering it for far less if you grab it before the 7 days promo ends. I'm offering this report for $60, that is 25,000 Naira. Because I'm certain that this blueprint works, I'm offering you a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you buy this report and you're not satisfied, you tried all there is in it and you are not successful, I will refund you 100%. Best wishes. See you in Canada.